Welcome to class 4 of our Python programming basic series. So today we are going to talk about lists and tuples in Python. Our learning objective is that at the end of this course, students should understand the difference between list and tuple in Python. Create and manipulate lists and tuple using indexing and slicing. Use built-in method and function to operate on lists. Apply list and tuple operation to build simple data-driven application. Work with nested lists and understand how to access data inside them. So what are lists? A list is an ordered, mutable, that's a changeable collection of items. For example, a variable might list open square bracket and close a square bracket. Then these values or these elements are elements in a list. So anything that has to do with opening a square bracket or closing square bracket, it's a list in Python. So items are enclosed in square bracket, as I said earlier, can contain mixed data type, that's integer, string, booleans, etc. Mutable, that is item can be changed, added, or removed. What are tuple? A tuple is an ordered immutable, that is unchangeable collection of items. For example, my tuple, which is a variable, storing this 1, 2, 3, bananas, false. So items are enclosed in parentheses, unlike a list that was square bracket, then can contain mixed type, just like list. Immutable, once created, the item cannot be changed. So use tuple when you want to ensure that the data should not be changed during execution, like coordinates, days of the week, etc. Creating, indexing, and slicing. Creating a list or tuple. First, you can declare the variable, then followed by a open square bracket. Then you put in the elements of the list with commas to differentiate the element. Then you close the square bracket. Same thing with tuple. You give a variable numbers, open equals to, you open a parenthesis, you use comma to differentiate each and every element in the tuple, then you close it with parentheses. So indexing. Indexing is when you use index to access specific element. So when you are trying to access a specific element in list, you are going to use what? An index. And this index starts from what? 0. For example, print fruits, open and close square bracket, 1, I'll put banana. Because from this list now, you can see that apple is 0, banana is 1, cherry is 2. So print numbers, open and close parenthesis, 2. You can see we have 0, we have 1, we have 2, which is 30. So this code is going to output 30. Negative indexing. For example, fruit minus 1 will do what? Will output cherry. So we can look at fruit, then a minus 1 will print cherry, which is what? Which is the last value. So that is how negative indexing works. Then slicing. Slicing is used to get a subset of elements from a list or tuple. For example, print fruit. Remember, we still call the variable fruit. Then we are telling it to print from 0 to 2. It's going to print apple, which is 0, and banana, which is 1. When you are doing slicing, it will print a number to the index number that is called. So it will not print up to 2, it will print to 1. So that is how indexing works in Python. So for this one as well, print numbers, which was a tuple. Then we put in a 2. It's going to print numbers from 0 to 1. So from 0 to 1, you can see this is 10, this is 20. So it's going to print out 10 and 20. So syntax, list, start, stop. This is how you can do slicing in Python with this syntax. So it's going to exclude the stop index. So just like I said earlier, that it will not include the last index number you are putting in. it will stop at a number before that index number. So modifying lists only. Lists are mutable, so we can add, remove, or update elements. To add an element, we can call fruit.append. Then you put in the element you want to add in parentheses. And then it's going to add orange to the list of fruits. Then fruit.insert, you give it an index number or the position, which is 1, and then give it the element. And then to insert this grape in this position 1. To remove element, just fruit.remove. You call the element that you want to remove, and it's going to remove that value from the list of fruit. Then you can also use popped. So fruit.pop will remove the last item. Modifying element, fruit 0, then this kiwi, change the first element. So if you want to change the first element, you can just call the list, then you give it the index position that you want to change, then the value, it will change that particular element to the value. Okay, so built-in list method, we have the append, which add an element to the end. We have insert, which insert at a specific index. We have pop, which remove the last element. We have remove, which remove by value. We have sort, which sort the lists in place. We have reverse, reverses the order of elements. We have length, which return the number of items. We have clear, which remove all elements. We have index, find the index of a value. We have count, which counts occurrence of a value. So you can see append, insert, pop, remove, sort, reverse, learn, clear, and then index and count. So on our hands-on lab, we are going to create a grocery list app. This is the app, grocery list, open and close bracket. While it is true, this app will just keep on getting input from a user and then adding it to the list. You can see what we did here. This is the item. This is the input, and then this input function will collect an item from the user. Then if an item, remember we use a while loop, so this thing, this code will continue to execute because we are using a while loop here. So if this item dot lower, that means you have converted this variable. Anything that the user will put in to this variable, we convert it to a lower case. So item dot lower equals done. Then we break that code. But else, anything you put in, we append it. You put into item, we append it to this list, and then we print out the grocery list. I'm using this for item. It enumerates grocery list. Then we start from 1. So starting from 1 means that the number I, this variable storing the index number, because this item is storing the value and this one is storing the index number, is going to start, instead of it to start from 0, it will definitely start from 1. So that is going to be what we are going to do at our VS Code. So let's move to our VS Code. Okay guys, welcome to our VS Code, where we are going to, get our hands dirty on list and tuple. So we talked about lists and talked about tuple. We said lists are actually mutable, and then tuple are immutable, meaning that we can change a lot of things in list, but we can't do that to tuple. So if we are declaring a list, there's a way we can update, remove some item, insert item in, but when we are declaring a tuple, we can't do that. So tuple is actually used to store data that can't be changed. So let's just take a look at how we can declare a list and then how we can also declare a tuple. So if we just say list of fruits, we come up with this variable fruits, then list comes with square brackets, then the elements will go in. It can be string, it can be integers, it can be float, it can be boolean, and etc. So for we are going to use string here because list of fruits, they are basically string. That means names of things and the rest. So let's start with apple, then use comma to differentiate the different elements, and then let's go with pear. Okay, let's go with cherry. Okay, another thing, guava. After guava, we have something like banana. Okay, so I think that will be okay. So you can just print out this type fruits so that we know the data type of this that is in this variable. So you can see that this is what? This is a list. You can actually print out the variable itself, and then it's going to print out the list as well. So you can see that. So then we talked about tuple. We said we can have a variable numbers, then parentheses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can do the same thing like type to check data type, and you can see it is what? It is a tuple. Then you can also print out numbers as well. You can also print out numbers as well, and then you can see that tuple is being printed out because it is stored in this variable. Okay, so we talked about accessing these items or these elements that are in list or that are in tuple, and then slicing in list and tuple as well. So we basically talk about indexing and slicing. So we said index number is actually the number that is used to identify this element in tuple, and it starts from what? 0 to in any number of element that is there. So for example, 0 will take this apple, 1 for the pear, 2 for cherry, 3 for guava, and 4. Then for these numbers as well, 0 for 1 and 2, and then 1 for 2, and then and the rest. So if we want to access this element in this tuple and list, this is what we can do. Let's take list first. Let's take list first. So you can say print fruits. Then we give it index number 0. So if we run this code, you can see that it's giving us what? Apple. So if we give it an index number of 1, see, it's pear. So having this index number in mind helps you to does what? Get each and every element that is in the list. So same thing with tuple as well. So let's say we copy this, and then we create another code block. We paste this. We want to access 1 in this tuple. So you can actually say numbers, then we give it an index number of 0, and you can see it's giving out 1. So we talked about slicing as well. So slicing is actually taking a subset of either the list or the tuple. For example, let's go with this first. Let's go with the list first. So we want to print out a list of numbers between we want to print out the fruits between what? Between pear and guava. So between pear and guava, we want to print out the element between this pear and guava. So we can actually use print function, then fruits. Okay, so now we give an index number between, because starting from P, so that is 0 and that's 1. So we're starting from 1 and we are ending at 0, 1, 2, 3. 3, 4. So we say that the last number will not be printed. I'm going to print a number before the last index number that we specify. So for example, so you can see you give us a sub list between pear, cherry, and guava. So you can also decide to print maybe from 0 to 4. So from 0 to 4 to print apple in. Here you can see. You can also decide to print maybe from 1 upward. That means you want to print maybe from P upward. So you can see. So that is how to deals with indexing, and maybe if you're using it for slicing as well. So same thing with numbers. You just have to copy this number, copy the number, then we paste it here. Paste it here. So if you want to slice through tuple, all we need to do is to print numbers, then open and close square bracket. Let's say we want to print a list of numbers from 3. So we can see that 3 is from where? 0, 1, 2. So 3 is from 2 till the end. So this is it. We are printing that number from 3 till the end. So that takes us to the mutable part of the list. So we create a new code block, then we add our list. So in our list, we talked about the append, function. So you can see, let's say fruit.append. Then we add what? We add orange. I guess orange was not added, yes. So we try to print the fruit now. Try to print fruit. So if we are printing fruit now, you can see that orange is what is being added because we use this append, and then we give the element we want to add. So there's another one, insert. So unlike that append that actually add that value to the end, insert does what? Take a particular index number that you want. So let's create another code block here. Then we paste this. So let's say still fruits dot insert. So we give it an index number. We want to insert this orange in an index number of let's say we want to insert it between apple and pear. So that is index number of 1. So we give it 1, comma, then we give it the value or the element that you want to insert, which is orange. So you can see that. Okay, let's actually print that out. Print out fruits. And boom, we can see that orange is being inserted between the apple and the pear. So you have another one, the pop. We say that the pop remove what? Remove the last element in a list. So let's still paste the same list, and then fruits. Let's say recycle bin equals to fruits dot pop. Okay, so we try to print what? Print fruits now. So if we print fruit now, you can see that banana is gone. And if you print a recycle bin now, you can see that banana that was gone is stored in this recycle bin. So the pop actually remove the last element of a list. So we have another one, the dot remove. We have the dot remove. So fruits dot remove. Then let's say apple. Let's say apple. We want to remove apple. So we now print fruits now. So you can see the apple is being removed from the list of fruits. We have another one, the sort. So assuming we have a list of numbers. So let's say numbers 1, 5, 3, 7, 8, 9, no, 3, 7, 2, 8, 9. So we do something like numbers dot sort. So you can sort, then we try to print the numbers now. So you can see sort out the number and put it in its increasing order from 1 to 9, unlike the one we just scattered here. So we have another one, the reversed. Let's say we have a numbers to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you can actually add these numbers dot reverse. Then we print out the numbers. You can see that it's going to reverse that number. Instead of it to be 1 to 9, to be 9 to the rest. So we have the len, which will tell us, let's copy this, and then we go with our fruits as well. So we can print fruits dot len. Okay, can say len fruits. So you can see that we have 5 elements inside this fruit, which is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have the index. So for example, we print fruit dot index. We are trying to find out the index of what? Pear. So you can see that the index of pear is 1, 0, 1. So we have the clay as well. We have the clay, which does what? Clay fruits dot clay. Then we print out our fruits. So it will clear out every element in the fruit, and the element is now empty. We have count. So example, we add another element, then the other element is still what? Is still banana. Banana. So it's still banana. So we can say fruit dot count, then count what? The number of occurrence of bananas. Can print this out. Occurrence of banana. So you can actually see that banana occur twice. So that is actually what we can do to the list. We can actually update, clear, remove, pop, and then insert and append and the rest. So in our practical demo, we are just going. So I've already explained the code that this is an empty list. This is using a while loop, which will continue to execute this code until we apply a break. So it will take in, this item will take in something from the user. So if it is done, it's going to break that code unless it will append anything you put inside here to this list, and to continue like that until we break the code to print out the list of items. So let's actually run the code. So add items. So let's add apple. So add another item. Let's say pear. Add another item. Let's say mango. Another item. Let's say orange. Another item. Let's say guava. And then we say it. So you can see the item we added here. Grocery list is apple, pear, mango, orange, guava, and the rest. So that will take us to the end of this class. I hope to see you in other series. Thank you.